I'd like people to think that one, hypnosis, learning and flow are probably more similar than they might have thought. And also to consider that if that's the case, then they might be doing self-hypnosis, or there might be forms of hypnosis throughout their day. And to be aware of that and to consider that and maybe work with that hypnosis as a tool for getting into flow or learning a new skill.
That's quite interesting. Often just by labeling something that you haven't realized was happening, you get an additional perception of it.
Absolutely. So all of these states, hypnosis, learning and flow, there's a deep absorption in the task. Does that ring true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about hypnosis.
Yeah.
But if you're linking it to learning and flow, yes.
Yeah.
The attention has to be focused. There's got to be enough energy to focus on that. And I don't know. Personally, I don't experience it as though I have to shut other things off.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the bliss of it.
Yeah.
That's why it's kind of nice, because it's not effortful to focus. You're already there.
Yeah.
And it's happening by itself.
Yeah. I think it's perhaps blissful because there's not that self-awareness. When there's the kind of egoic kind of thinking about yourself or worrying about yourself, and maybe that's associated with the nervous system being a bit more ramped up, and perhaps there's this idea of seeing yourself as a social object. Am I doing the right thing? What are people thinking about me? That kind of inner critic, that kind of subsides a bit to be in that kind of flow state.
Yeah.
So you couldn't be probably doing your best at an athletic performance, like if you were running and you were thinking,
I'm worrying about
what
stuff.
am I wearing? Like, you're not going to be at your best.
It's going to impact things.
Yeah, and it's the same with hypnosis. If you're thinking, am I doing it right? Is the hypnotherapist doing it right? That takes away from it. The same with meditation. If you're listening to a guided meditation, you're like, oh, I'm not doing it right, or it's not happening. Why is it not happening?
Yeah.
There's a judgment there, and that kind of has to subside for you to get into these states of peace, if it's meditation or learning.
Yeah. And sometimes that'll need external help because, unfortunately for a lot of people, they're so practiced in these habits that I think, they feel like their brain is kind of running away with offshoots of thoughts.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That
not
guided
focused.
help, external help. So that's, therapy generally, hypnotherapy. Yeah. Okay.
So I've got a couple of examples. So this could be like a flow state. Like when you're playing a computer game and you're trying to defeat a boss and you're playing it over and over and you're really learning like, if I shoot at this place or if I jump at this place, you're really absorbing that and you can really lose track of time. You're not thinking about yourself. You're just in that zone. So that kind of rings true for a kind of learning state and a flow state.
It requires a lot of tension though as well, especially with end-of-level bosses.
Rage quitting.
It's quite intense.
Yeah. Well, I played Elden Ring and I nearly destroyed my controller. It's Xbox controller, nearly died, but
We recently had Zelda Echoes of Time with my daughter. And that was 40-minute duels, which I don't remember them being that long.
Well, yeah.
When I was a kid.
Straight in.
Came out sweating.
Loss of time, ideas of time. So, okay. So, another example. You're in the cinema, you're engrossed in the movie, and you forget that you're holding popcorn, and you've kind of got it just about to put it in your mouth, and you're watching the scene, and you're like,
yeah.
So you can imagine that, like I've done that.
Yeah.
You're so engrossed in the movie, and you're really absorbed in it. There's a deep absorption, but you're not thinking about yourself. If you were thinking about yourself, you think, I look stupid. Yeah. But you're not.
Yeah.
You're able to let go of that, thinking about yourself, think about time. You're also not thinking about how long is left of the movie. You're just in it. That's another example.
So hypnosis or hypnotherapy could almost bring you into a cinema effectively.
Yeah.
Can darken the room around you, give you this real focused film to watch, which could be whatever your content, whatever you're working on. And take the time element away, take all the distractions away, take the self-conscious. Okay.
Yeah. It's often used, the cinema image is often used in hypnotherapy.
Oh, yeah.
It's also quite a bit, I don't know if dissociating is the right word, but it's distancing from, if you're seeing the images of, say, giving a public talk or a stressful situation with someone on a screen and not being in it, you can have a bit of distance. So it's often used, that kind of cinema image. Okay, so types of flow state. I've got creative work, writing music, high stakes conversation, or any high stake kind of performance. So flow state being fully immersed, energized, and to some extent you're kind of effective at what you're doing. And I quite like that effective part, because to me it's not wasting energy being sort of tense in the rest. You're only using the muscles you need, and it's the same with the brain. You're only using the parts of the brain, well, not the parts of the brain, I would say you're only using the brain in a way that's best for the situation. You're not wasting time on thinking, what do I look like? Is it safe around here? You're kind of in a zone, able to go into that type of focus.
Interesting, a lot of these things will have adrenaline helping you to do that. So if you're in a high stakes a sports situation, or if you're doing an operation surgically, or these kinds of things, the adrenaline, the infinite fear of things going badly wrong, not performing, is going to help you focus into that.
I love that, because people often think that adrenaline will make them more nervous or anxious, but actually it can help when it's funneled into that focused state, it's wonderful. You're probably aware of the minutest details in those situations, and that gives that energy to do that.
That term, the term adrenaline junkies, which is not that nice term to use, but that kind of reflects a group of people that can actually use adrenaline quite well and thrive off it. And this shows that people in different states, you can have the same kind of neurotransmitters or hormones working on the system, but people interact with it differently and have different responses to it. So where you get some adrenaline junkies thriving off it and doing well, or performing at a high level, for other people it can become very anxious and inhibiting.
Especially if you're jumping out of a plane, but I'd find that quite...
I didn't enjoy that. Not much. It's all right. I wouldn't do it again.
You're quite focused though.
Oh, yeah. Focus on how stupid an idea this is.
Okay, so here's some processes that tend to calm down or be less when you are in a state of either hypnosis, learning, or flow. Daydreaming.
Yes, okay,
yeah. Self-reflection. So you kind of have to let go of a bit of the self, as we said, to to focus on the task. So autobiographical memory. So that fits in with the thinking about the self, and I would say sort of the past, thinking about the past in a kind of ruminating way. You kind of have to let go of that when you're focused on the task. Internal dialogue. Prediction of the future. So they're all kind of things that calm down to some extent when you go into a state of focus or hypnosis or learning.